What is good, you? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be talking about each and every one of these lift-off cards in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM today, including everybody in the Melo set, everybody in the Tim Duncan set, as well as talking about MJ, Tim Duncan, and Carmelo Anthony. If you want a video talking about the rewards, that is also up on the channel, so make sure to go check that one out. So briefly, guys, we're going to be talking about the golds in the Melo set, then working our way up, and then, you know, actually we'll go tier by tier. So we'll talk about the golds in the Melo set, then the golds in the Duncan set, then go to the emeralds and onwards. Luke Longley up next. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. This card's gonna be a cheese bowl. Now, is he gonna be useful in any mode outside of basically like triple threat offline? No, but he is 7'2", and for that, I don't hate, okay? 7'2", 2800 MT. Tim Legler up next. You know what Tim Legler is gonna do on the court. We all know, 6'4", 92 3 ball. Look. He's got a 92 3 ball with gold range, with JJ Redick base. You want a card to help you get through triple threat offline, man? Run Tim Legler, run Luke Longley. I don't want to hear anybody say, "Oh, Ty, but it's impossible to grind." It's impossible to grind. I can't do it. Man, just pick up these two cards, grind triple threat offline. You will be just fine indeed. Both cards 2800 MT. Jared Jeffries up next. Here for Jared Jeffries, 6'11" at the power forward position. Can't really shoot that well. 64 3 ball. Defensively, he's not horrible. These golds, honestly, are not that bad. Am I going to sit there and hype them up? No, but they're really not that bad. Fred Hoiberg, Iowa State man, 6'5", 86 3 ball. That's about all he's going to do for you on the court, though. Going to shoot the ball well. Has some decent shooting badges as well. Default small base. You know what that is? I mean, you're basically looking at like the Derek Fisher troll release. Not great, but again, the golds in this set, these sets are really not that bad. Ryan Hollins up next here. Ryan Hollins, 7 feet tall. Can't really shoot, but defensively not bad. 80 block, 83 interior, decent offensive rebounder, decent speed. Badge-wise, again, not horrible. Do I love him for 5,600 MT? No, but you can do a lot worse. Ronald Murray up next. Ronald Murray here, 6'3", point guard. Okay, 72 3 ball. Not a great driving dunk, but decent enough. Decent speed. I'm just not that big of a fan of Ronald Murray. When you look at his release, Keita Bates Diop release, kind of trolled this year. I've shot with it in play now. Not a huge Ronald Murray stan in my team. Donyell Marshall up next here. For Donyell Marshall, 6'9", 82 3 ball. Defensively is going to be the problem for Donyell Marshall. But for an emerald, he's going to shoot the lights out of the ball. He's going to shoot the crap out of it. Default swing base, once again, no surprise there. Next to our other I shouldn't say Amis, our other emeralds here, Landry Fields. Thing I like about Landry Fields is he's always going to have decent height at that shooting guard position, 6'7", decent 3 ball to 77. Defensively, he's not bad either. Problem with Landry Fields is he only has 1 total badge in my team, which is pretty troll. Bob Surf, for the first time ever in my team, is a shooting guard, 6'5", 75 3 ball, 86 ball handle. Decent speed, lateral quickness isn't badge and bad, and badge-wise, he's good. But why is he not a point guard? 2K. Like, I don't understand. There's no reason he is not a point guard in my team. It just really does not make sense to me. Deshaun Stevenson up next, 6'5", 84 3 ball. Defensively, not bad either. 84 lateral quickness. Badge-wise, really solid. For an emerald, man, it's going to be tough to beat what Deshaun Stevenson gives you guys in my team. Dion Waiters up next here. Dion Waiters, 6'3", 6'7", wingspan. Couple of hot spots from the left and right wing, as well as the left corner. 86 ball handle. Again, offensively, Dion Waiters is going to be really solid. And you guys see it with the badges. I mean, for a Sapphire, he's got 23 base badges. That's not bad at all. Big question I'm going to have for Dion Waiters, right, is what does his release look like this year? It's the Gabe Vincent base. Do I know what that's necessarily like? No, I've not used Gabe Vincent this year. Should be really, really interesting. Rod Strickland up next. For big Rod Strickland, 6'3", 6'6" wingspan. Here's the problem I have with Rod, right? His speed looks great. Everything looks great. His badges compared to Dion Waiters don't compare. He's 15 base badges, and the badges are basically pointless. I'm not a fan of Rod Strickland in my team. Really is that simple. Really is that easy. Marquez Johnson up next, 6'7", 6'10" wingspan. The problem with Johnson here is his 3 ball. Okay, that's the big problem here. 63 ball. Defensively looks solid. Offensively, even badge-wise, looks solid. He's got a 63 ball though in my team. I can't just sit there and hype it up. Lu Dort, a guy I probably will hype up a little bit, guys. 6'4", 6'8" wingspan. He's got a 76 3 ball. You guys might not think that's great, but look at the defense here, okay? An 89 lateral quickness. Badge-wise, great defensive badges as well. 94 feet. I know he's only 6'4", but he has a wide player model as well. I think he's going to be really solid in general. Is he going to be as good as Arron Afflalo? That's the big question, because Arron Afflalo in my team is going to be a great 3-and-D option. 6'5", 83 3 ball. You know his defense is going to be solid. 80 speed, 78 lateral quickness. And again, badge-wise is really solid. So for me, I like Afflalo more than Lu Dort. Both cards solid. Both cards, I mean, Arron Afflalo's got the D-Rob base. Obviously, Lu Dort's got his own base. Both cards are very solid in my team. D. Combs, Leno Simmons up next. 6'7", 210 pounds, 72 3 ball, 75 driving dunk. Defensively, not great. Decent speed, lateral quickness, but what are these defensive stats in here? I do not know. Badge-wise, pretty solid. I mean, I can't sit here and lie. I like the overall badges. My question is the perimeter interior defense just aren't where they need to be. Speed's good, lateral quickness is good. The rest just leave a lot to be desired. Now we're to our Ruby and up players, starting with Big Joe Smith. Now I'm talking about Big Joe Smith because he's 6'10" at the 3. He comes with a 78 3 ball, decent standing driving dunk. Defensively though, not great for Big Joe. Again, that's the big problem with the card, because badge-wise, he's fine. Just wish his defense was better. Chris Paul dribble style, D-Rob base. He's got a lot going for him. I just wish he played a little better defense. Petrie up next. Let's see what Mr. Petrie looks like here, okay? Let's see. 85 3 ball, 6'4", okay, that's fine. Can dunk it decently, 86 ball handle. Defensively, not great, but doesn't look at that badge. Badge-wise, has a lot of those playmaking badges. Defensively, he's fine. Petrie's not that bad in my team. I've seen a lot worse. Problem is, he's got the Dwayne Wade base this year, and the Dwayne Wade base this year, I don't want to say it's bad. It's just not what it's been in the past. Derek Anderson up next. 6'5", shooting guard position, 83 3 ball, 80 driving dunk, 86 ball handle. Defensively, doesn't look bad. I really like Derek Anderson and what the card looks like. I'm not saying he's perfect, because he's not, but I do like what the card gives you in my team. Dennis Smith Jr. base, D-Book upper should be solid. The basic leaner is trolled. I don't mind Derek Anderson overall though in my team. I think the card is just fine. Detlef Schrempf up next, 6'10", 214 pounds, 86 3 ball. Dunking the ball is not going to happen. Defensively, he's fine. The one thing Detlef is going to do is shoot the ball at an elite level. Outside of that, Detlef is not good, but he is going to shoot the ball really good. So far, Ruby and lower, I'm just not a big fan of any of these cards. Let's see what Mr. Michael Finley gives you guys on the court. 6'7", 6'10" wingspan. For Michael Finley, the one thing that catches my eye is 6'7" at the 2, 87 3 ball, 90 driving dunk, 80, what was it, an 84 ball handle? That's fine. Defensively, 83 speed, 77 lateral quickness. Hall of Fame catch and shoot, huge badge, guard up, 14 golds, including limitless range, including a couple bronze and silvers. I'm kind of surprised. Michael Finley, they made him absolutely elite in the catch-shoot situation. Evan Fournier base is solid as well. The problem lies with his defense. Michael Finley on the defensive end of the court is not great, but overall, I do not mind the card one bit. Leading to George Mikan, 6'10", 67 3 ball, decent sitting dunk, driving dunk. Defensively, decent interior, good rebounder. Strength is where it needs to be. I'm not in love with George Mikan, but I do not hate this card. This card is 112,000 MT. If we go back and look at Michael Finley, he is 112,000 as well. So those are the prices. But I don't mind the Mikan man in my team. Do I wish his anchor was higher? Yes, because it's only on bronze. Probably going to get mashed, pretty good as well. Mikan man, he is solid enough to play, though, in my team. Not a card that I hate. Is he worth 112,000 MT, though? No. Deron Williams up next, 6'3", 6'6" wingspan for D-Will. 87 3 ball, can't dunk, 95 ball handle. Defensively is not great. I mean, not a good card. Again, I'm sorry that it's got to be like this, but he is just not a good card in my team. They gave him the the Goga release. I mean, goodness gracious, 2K. Give our D-Will at least a decent release. Glenn Robinson up next, 6'7", 6'10", wingspan. Please do not have the Hayward high. Okay, he's got the Dean Wade base. Now we can talk about you, Glenn. 83 3-ball, 90 driving dunk, 85 speed, 85 lateral quickness. I mean, this card's got a lot going for him, man. From top to bottom, there are no flaws in Glenn Robinson. He is by far and away the best card I've talked about today. From top to bottom, there are no flaws in Glenn. Badge-wise, even better. Bulldozer, fast twitch, corner specialist, 10 on gold, 13 on a silver with 5 bronze badges. As far as any of these cards we've talked about today, so far, Glenn's the best. 100%, he is the best. Small forward position, probably top 3 in the game, at minimum. Then we get to Carmelo Anthony. So for Carmelo Anthony, you gotta lock in this set. I do believe he is pullable via packs, though. Don't quote me on that, but I do believe he is. 6'7", 245 pounds, or 240 pounds, 89 3-ball, 90 driving dunk, 94 ball handle, 89 speed acceleration, speed with ball. I mean, Melo's elite, guys. I mean, from top to bottom, Carmelo Anthony is absolutely elite. Now, the one thing I gotta say about Melo is this. If you want a lockdown defender at your 3, he's not going to give that to you. But he is absolutely elite still, man. And the one thing about it is, can Melo play the 4? You could. You could play Carmelo Anthony at the 4. Because, look, his interior is not that bad. A 70, I mean, for his defense, it's not that bad in general, okay? I run him alongside like Shaq, Wilt, you'll be just fine. Is Melo worth the lock-in? No. Okay, he's not worth the lock-in. Compare him to Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan can't shoot. Tim Duncan's interior speed, lateral quickness is all great. But my whole thing with Tim Duncan is this, right? I know he's 6'11". I know his badges are great. But he can't shoot. So is he better than Shaq? No. Is he better than Anthony Davis? I mean, that's an opinionated question. Is he better than Chris Bosh? I don't think so. And I know his defensive stats, defensive badges are absolutely elite. I get all that. I'm 100% in agreement with you. But he's 6'11", and when you compare him to Shaq or Wilt, he just doesn't compare. I'm not saying Tim Duncan's horrible, because I don't think he's horrible, but he can't stretch the court. So what is he really giving you on the court? Last but certainly not least, Michael Jordan. 6'6", 195 pounds, 76 3-ball, 95 driving dunk, 86 ball handle. 94 perimeter, 85 interior, speed is great, lateral quickness is great. Now, before we go any further with Michael Jordan, here's what you need to know. He is 273,000 MT, 195,000 BC. Now, with that MT price tag, you buy him, you grind out a simple challenge, that takes 50,000 MT and puts it right back into your collection. So, with that being said, Michael Jordan is, I mean, honestly, not that bad of a price. Because for everybody complaining about the 40% price tag, which is bad, you get, with the 40,000 MT, basically 20% of that back right away. So that's the one thing about it that I do think is a massive W with Michael Jordan in general. Decent 3-ball again, good driving dunk, good ball handle. I got no issues with Michael Jordan. The problem is Michael Jordan's release is not great. That's the big time problem with MJ. But look at the badges of Michael Jordan. Look at the badges of Michael Jordan. Absolutely elite. I'm going to say it like this with Michael Jordan, okay? He is your best shooting guard in the game. He is your best small forward in the game. He is. I mean, there's nobody in my team right now comparable to Michael Jordan. There's not. And you guys can sit there and say Ty's gassing Michael Jordan. You can sit there and say whatever you want. But when I look at things and I see the fact that Michael Jordan comes with 61 base badges, I think that's the right math. Maybe 51. No, it is 61. He comes with 61 base badges. How am I supposed to tell you guys he's not the best, shooting guard small forward in the game? He is. Everybody's saying his jump shot is bad. It's just slow, man. It's easy to time and easy to green. It's just on the slower side of things. I'm sorry. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. If you don't want to get Michael Jordan, you don't have to get him. I'm not saying he's worth the price because, I mean, if you've got B-Roy, he's not worth the price. But I'm going to say it like this. He's my best shooting guard in the game because he's the best defensive player in the game by far. So even if you don't love his jump shot, man, 95 speed, 94 lateral quickness with these defensive badges, yeah. Sign me up for that every single day of the week. That's going to wrap it up for our video, guys. Drop a like on it. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.